get a little bit of this. Triggered when your co-host has a dentist appointment. So, no, I'm kidding. What are you triggered by this week, Jake?
The only thing that really comes to mind, this isn't a great one, but yeah, just going on the fly here, is I played in a golf tournament yesterday with Rachel. That reminds me. All right, double trigger real quick. Someone DM'd me. There it is. And they were, or maybe it was a YouTube comment. They're like, okay, I got to know. Is the whole Rachel thing a bit, like, I can't figure it out. Like, is that just like a joke you and Trey do?
There's no way that Ginger Goblin could find love.
I couldn't believe that. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, if anyone asks if we love people or animals more, well, my co-host is literally a creature. So you tell me.
Riddle me that. You should see his dexterity with those, what is this, confetti poppers wrapped around it like a twig. So I went up to Iowa, where Imaginary Rachel is from, and we played in like a 4-man scramble golf tournament with like her and her grandma and her brother. It was really fun.
Excellent.
Yeah. Her parents were there too and had a blast. But at some of these tournaments, they'll have like different competitions per hole. So it's like, hey, guys, hole 11 is the longest drive. Okay, hole 14 is closest to the pin on this par 3 challenge. And there's one that I've never seen before. And what is triggering is I can't figure out a way to say it without sounding weird. So we go to the green, and in front of Rachel's entire family, I go, hey, everyone, this is the longest putt hole. Because there was a competition of like, hey, all throughout the day, whoever can make the longest putt from the green, you mark it, and then you'll win a prize. And so I just couldn't. Hey, guys, remember, longest putt hole. Mm-hmm. Who's it going to be?
Who's going to get it?
Rachel's grandma.
Okay. Initially, you don't want to get the first shot too close to the putt hole.
Exactly.
Right.
You got to keep the putt hole in mind. Mm-hmm. This is different than what we've done previously.
Right.
This is, we've been on here a while. I'm getting sweaty, and I want to get that longest putt hole.
So did you get it?
Honestly, Rachel's dad did make like a 25-foot putt, and unfortunately, though, some guy named Zach had a longer putt hole.
I've always heard the putt hole's elusive.
In Iowa, the farmers are different. Good, nice.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Any
more we get out of it? Hasidic Jews putting.
Jerry curls.
Jerry curls. Is that the official name of the Hasidic Jew hairstyle?
Isn't that what those things are called? They're like draping down?
No, Jerry curls are like what black men in the 80s wore.
Well, pretty cultured. What is the name of the Orthodox Jewish hairstyle where it like comes down? What are those curls called?
Derek will tell us here in a second. I think they're called streamers.
The side curls, okay, called payos. Yeah, all right, we can cut this.
No, leave it in.
I'm being insensitive.
Be it in. Is he? No, I don't know. I don't think to our you thinking they're called Jerry curls isn't insensitive. It's just hilarious.
Okay.
Okay, you say so. Okay. Jerry curls. They're coming back, I think. Jerry curl, yes, is a permanent wave hairstyle that was popular among African Americans during the 80s. Again, dude, you can't cancel me because I knew it. What I say, black guys in the 80s. I'm not making this up.
I was trying to.
MJ had him for a sec.
Go on with the joke. Different
Michael
curls.
Jackson, not Michael Jordan or Michael Gordon. That would be insensitive. Thank you for sharing, Jake. So what gets you triggered is long putt holes.
Yeah, I don't know how to phrase that.
You know what? I had a random thought last week, and you've heard it throughout this podcast, I'm sure. But isn't it insane that as a human culture, we're just okay with people making these insane noises throughout a conversation? Like I'd be like, "Yeah, Jake, so I was saying, no one reacts to this."
Yeah, it's very normal.
I had an epiphany lately. We were in a large group, and this young lady a couple of times went. Imagine any other context. We're just okay with it. Because I triggered, yeah. She would share this if we were here. I've started a weird habit where when I'm close to a show, I get nervous sometimes about my voice health.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so I do this thing to test it where I'll kind of like under my breath quietly like test it. We'll kind of be like, so So you hear right now it's a little tough. I need to rest it.
Okay.
And I've done that at random times, and she thinks I'm a psychopath. But it's just a fun little variation of the classic throat clear.
Catching Jake singing on a live mic.
Dude, that
during
was
mood
great.
swings.
Yeah, I liked adding that into the. We were
That
out
was great.
shooting for Mood Swings, our golf channel, and we have a wireless mic, and I've done that. I was straight up talk to myself. Did you catch that?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I was driving myself, and I talked to myself about something. I was thinking about a joke or whatever, and
You
then I
talk
pulled up
out
and I was
loud to
like,
yourself?
"Yeah, you don't."
I don't.
Oh, I'll be in an entire movie by myself, just talking.
I do not talk by myself.
Dude, I've been on I don't know how many podcasts when I'm by myself. I'll talk anything. I'll talk sports,
Current events.
Yeah,
That's
just
a good point.
Trey and Trey podcast.
Yeah, I'll do it during like voicemails.
And so it drove Katie nuts. It had her triggered. It has me triggered because I think we should. It's just an adaptation of the throat clear, and I think we should popularize it. So next time you're in a group talking to people, instead of just going, just do a.
Something I've noticed that was like a little quirk that Rachel can't stand. I'll just like exaggerate like crazy. Is like make my voice like real like gravelly, like at the end, like
Tiny.
what are we thinking for supper tonight?
Tiny clustered holes. Let's make bread with tiny clustered holes.
What do you think? We do Italian?
That Katie does that and it triggers me. Well, she'll kind of trail off and ask. That's what it was. I thought was actually about that one. It's like she's running out of breath as she talks. What are you thinking about having dinner tonight? And she'll go a little Valley Girl breathless.
It's hard to hear at the end.
One in every 100 sentences. I actually have to go because I'm going to. She'll do that. It's because we're watching that Selling Sunset. Oops. Selling Sunset show.
Sunset.
Ooh, we got to talk about this. Gets me triggered too. How those people behave. Have you either of y'all seen this show?
No.
Selling Sunset.
Wife loves it.
Oh, I love it. Have you watched it with her?
I got hooked a little bit. Yeah.
There. Well,
Is your wife real or is that just a bit?
yeah. Oh yeah. Your wife have y'all? There's variations of it. Have y'all gotten to the new ones? Selling the OC, the Orange County version of it. Oh, we just binge watched that.
Good.
It's just adults trying to sell $1 million houses. Where like, if I sell this, I make $200,000, and then they just fight about how. Like one of my favorite fights is how a girl from LA was fighting with a girl from Alabama, because the girl from Alabama would be like, "Honey, stop," and she'd be like, "Do not call me." It was a girl from Britain, a British girl and an Alabama girl would get in a little argument, and the Alabama girl would go, "Honey," and the British girl would be like, "Don't call me honey. There's nothing more I hate than be called honey." And the Alabama girl's, "Well, from Alabama we call people that." She's like, "I don't care." And then they fought like several times because she'll say Southern terms of endearment, which infuriates the British girl. And it's
Fun
just,
show.
yeah, it's brilliant. It's just hilarious. They just argue over like, "Don't say bless your heart again. Do not say bless your heart."
Hey, bruv.
So worth watching, and it's just great TV. Or they fought over because one girl tried to kiss a married man, which was they said couldn't be done, but then another girl gave him a nosy, which is when
What base is that?
which is when you put your mouth on someone's nose
Oh.
in a goofy, silly way.
Okay.
And that they're good enough friends where a nosy was fine, but the other girl trying to kiss him was not good.
Cross the line.
And they argued over whether or not trying to kiss someone and giving them a nosy, how that constituted. So those types of arguments.
nosy.
Oh, it's brilliant.
That is a ridiculous term.
Mm-hmm.
I've also never seen or heard of that action.
Right. I did. I was like, you know what, Katie, give me a nosy. I want to try this. It's worth trying once.
It sounds
I
like
didn't like it.
like a wet noogie.
Yeah.
Like you're saying it wrong. It's
Right.
like a little looser. Nosy.
Yeah, we'd also just had a pretty garlicky salsa. It was a doozy of a nosy.
Yeah, you got to prepare ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd recommend a morning nosy before you've eaten anything.